bro up here looking like Paikuhan, aka Paikon, a Saibaman, and Majin Buu all had a menage a trois in 9 months. This sucker popped out. I love the artwork. Oh my gosh, man, this is great. We get Dr. Arinsu and Marba, the witch that we found out is the true creator of Majin Buu. So they're conjuring up because they've mixed her spit in there with the essence of Majin Buu and all that stuff. And so Marba, it mentions that she has a few saibaman, known in the Funimation dub as saibaman seeds. So man, this is talk about a throwback. We haven't seen these seeds since early Dragon Ball Z when Nappa and Vegeta planted them. So apparently they may have gotten this from the demon realm. So that's going to be interesting to see if there's any correlation between the demon realm and the Saiyajins. So from there, Marba says we're going to use the Saibaman as a base. So she ends up throwing it into, or gives it to Dr. Arinsu, who she tells her, just go ahead and, dig a little tiny little hole for it. Don't put it too deep. And so Arinsu, she goes ahead, she puts it and covers it up, and then Marba, she ends up going ahead and pulling water into it, and from there the green glow starts. And they said this ingredient should make the new Majin Buu that they're making. This should definitely go ahead and make it more controllable, because that was the issue. They couldn't control the original OG Buu. And so you get this green stuff, rock starts coming out over there very quickly, and from there it explodes. And here we get our first look. So we're seeing the shoulders, we're seeing the fists, we're seeing the pants, and we're seeing the face, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the new and improved Majin Buu. Ladies and gentlemen, as The Rock would say, I want you to take your fat boos, I want you to take your thin boos, I want you to take your super boos, I want to take your super boo fusions, I want you to take your muscle boos, your kid boos. You take all them, shine it up real nice, and you stick it up that hole known as HFIL, because right here we have the definitive Majin Buu, the true Majin Buu. And so we get our looks at him. There he is in all his glory, the new Majin Buu, based off the Saibaman. If you want my thoughts on this, if I were to take what Stone Cold Steve Austin said in 1996 in his battle leading up to the battle with Bret the Hitman Hart, and if I were to take what Michael Blackson's character in the Next Friday movie from the year 2000 said, it would be something that, in terms of my opinions of this form, is that if you were to take the word hit and put the word S in front of it, then you would understand why, like Michael Blackson's character Next Friday, I can't get jiggy with this. Why is bro up here looking like what was that phrase that Tiffany used in the opening scenes of The Bride of Chucky, when she put Chucky on that guy's body when in the bed? Yeah, I remember. It was, yes, why in the world does it look like Paikuhan, aka Paikon, a Saibaman, and Majin Buu all had a menage a trois in 9 months? This sucker popped out. Oh my gosh. Or let's give it a more PG response. Why it looked like Paikuhan, Majin Buu, Kid Buu, and the Saibaman did a three-way fusion, and this is what we got. All right, I'm done. In all seriousness, here's my thing. Yeah, he looks whack compared to the OG Majin Buu, Kid Buu, all the forms of Buu. But let us not forget Fat Buu. I'm pretty sure Fat Buu didn't look like much of anything, but boy, did Toriyama know exactly how to make Fat Buu end up being menacing, even though he had that childlike presence and personality and was like all, big and bubbly and all that stuff. Boy, man, did things get really heated when he took out Dabura, SS2 Gohan, forced Vegeta into the final explosion, or forced Goku to go SS3 and still couldn't beat him in that scene at the time. Like, man, man, and then just what he did to Earth to terrorize them. Like, yeah, Fat Buu was definitely menacing. That's what Toriyama proved. He can take a non-intimidating design and turn them into the most terrifying individual. Goku mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. It's just base Goku with silver hair, yet he turned it into one of the most iconic moments in modern day Dragon Ball. So, you know, as far as the design, I gotta be honest, Majin Buu being fused with a saibaman was not on my list of things, but Toriyama, that's what he likes doing. He likes going ahead and going against people's expectations. He likes to make his characters look weak, only for them to be the most troublesome. We saw it with Kid Buu. We saw it with Frieza's final form. So some people are getting really bent out of shape about this, and I think we need to calm down and remember that Toriyama was a master at doing that, creating the weak-looking character, but making them very dangerous, and in some cases, the most powerful one. And so this is what we got here, and here you have it. So this new character is named Majin Kuu, which is very interesting because some of you might not know this. So in Japanese, the word boo is another phrase for farting, which is the joke. You will see Mr. Satan, and I saw this on from a translation done, shout out to Herms on Twitter, as he mentioned, basically that's the joke when Mr. Satan actually farts on Majin Buu's house, and yeah, this is your name, and he farts on him and stuff like that. And then also in Portuguese, the phrase "ku" basically translates to capital A double dollar S signs. You basically get my drift of what I'm saying there. So basically, that's the idea here for the pun on Majin Kuu. So it's gonna be interesting. That's quite the name. Yeah, but he definitely comes off like a reject looking Kid Buu and sounds like a reject Kid Buu. And so here, Dr. Arinsu demands, she gives her first order: you are to go and face Tamagami number 1 and retrieve the Dragon Ball and bring it back to me. And Marba is like, you really want to send him after the most powerful Tamagami right off the bat? And so she ends up mentioning how if he can't defeat Tamagami number 1, then basically all of this was for nothing. And so Majin Kuu, he's got this serious face. He then smiles, looks up, and he says, "Understood." Wow. Okay, so right off the bat, Majin Kuu is very subservient, very different than what we saw with Majin Buu, because we saw Fat Buu, when he had enough of Bobbity, boom, punch that boy's head off and blast him away. And we saw Kid Buu, he couldn't be reasoned with. Kid Buu could not be reasoned with. If you even go back to Super Buu, when Pickle's like, you could just kill a lot of people on Earth until the strong warrior's ready. And Super Buu was like, human extinction attack. They're all dead. Now bring me the strong one. So Kid Buu, when Vegeta wanted to fight, Kid Buu's like, oh, okay. And then boom, blew up the entire planet. Had Goku and Vegeta on the run. Had Goku going like, even though I couldn't go ahead and transform into Super Saiyan 3 and use a big Kamehameha to match you, I'm just gonna go SS1 and say, Vegeta, let's get the heck out of here. Because we saw later Goku was able to match Kid Buu when he goes to SS3. So yeah, man, that was interesting there. So Majin Kuu is subservient. Basically he's like, yes ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I understand. Yes, Miss Arinsu. Yes, ma'am. Your wish is my command. You know, totally different than the killing machine that couldn't be reasoned with. But I'll say this. Here's the deal about Majin Kuu. If he goes into this fight with Tamagami number 1 and loses and gets destroyed, then yeah, he's a jabroni. If he doesn't and he ends up wrecking Tamagami 1, then we know he is for real. And like I say, Toriyama is a master at doing that. So I'm interested just to see where the story goes. I think it's interesting that you have this faction, this sort of warfare, this faction war going on, as Majin Kuu's going to be taking on Tamagami number 1, and Son Goku's after to go ahead and try and take on Tamagami 2. And they're also saying that Vegeta's group might go on to go after Goma. So I'm really liking this. We've never seen anything like this in Dragon Ball before. So I think that's really, really cool.